Testing 1, 2, 3. You should be able to hear me now. Tell me if you can hear me. Right. Dwayne says I... I should be getting a message in just a second here. Let's start over. Hello friends, my name is Hal. This is Quail Studios Guitar. Thank you for being here. We are going to work on a creation of tab that I did for old friends Paul Simon. And let's see if the audio is working now. You should be able to hear me. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to look at a tab that I've been working on. And yes, the program that I'm working on is Finale. But you know what? Finale has... I'll pull it up so you can see it. Finale has ended, and so they are not making or supporting Finale anymore. Yes, now I have sound good. Sorry about that. My mic, for some reason, it had gotten turned off for some reason. I don't know why. But it's on now. So we're going to go to, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you this little thing right here. This says bentonite. It says June 2025. The reason I'm going to tell you about bentonite, and this is just a little container that I made, or that I put the bentonite in, and it looks like, what does it look like? It looks like mud, sort of. Bentonite is a powder. You can buy it. I can buy it here in the States. And we use it, we mix it with dirt to make a more solid, like when you're making something that's like a dam or something, you know, when you're trying to put, you know what I mean. Anyway, it's better than just dirt. But anyway, what I do is I take the bentonite and I put it with water and I make a mud out of it, because 2 hours ago I got stung by a wasp right there. Right? And there's no swelling or anything. What happens is I went inside, immediately put bentonite, I just slathered it on all over my thumb where it started hurting, and you can feel it when you get stung by a wasp. This is for you guitar players out there, so you don't, you know, you don't be able to stop. Or, you know, one time I got stung right here by my eye. I put the bentonite right there, slathered it on really thick. And so then I just came in the house for a little while and rested. And in 1 hour, the pain is gone, and there's no swelling at all. So what's really excellent... Hello, Lisa. Welcome. Lisa Do. So get some bentonite and make your own, you know... yeah, just put it with water. Make your own mud and use it on bites and stings. Anyway, that's just a tip that I have for my friends out there. If you've never heard of that, get some. Look it up. bentonite. Bentonite. Oops, that's not what I want. Let's go to that picture in picture here. Okay, what I'm doing is we got 4th fret capo, standard tuning, and we're working on Old Friends. And you'll notice that I've got some tab right here, and I've got my chord boxes there. Let's see, I'm going to bring up, let's see, let me get something here. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to go to the second page on the other side, and I'm going to look for more F major 7 chords. See this right here? This chord right here? F major 7. You got 3, 2, 1, and then a 0. Right? When you're reading tab, if you haven't done very much on this, it's really important that you learn how to read tab. And so I've got, now this is like my nut on the guitar. 1, 2, 3. So I've got 3, 2, 1, 0. I'm calling it out from the D string, G string, B string, E string, up. This is up because it's higher notes. 3, 2, 1, 0. You'll notice right here on the picture-in-picture says 3, 2, 1, 0. So that would be like, right? That's all F major 7 like that. Let's make it smaller. And now I'm going to look for my next F major 7 because I'm going to do the F major 7s first. That's an F chord right there. We'll skip over that one for the moment. I can tell because I'm looking for the 3, 2, 1, 0 like that. 3, 2, 3, that's not it. Let's see here. There it is right there. 3, 2, 1, 0. So, oops. Now what I have to do is I have to separate these so that we can see the F major 7 chord. There's another one right there. Oops. Okay. Three, 2, 1, 0. There we go. Let's move it over. That's fine. Let's go to the bottom here and see if we can see any more. There's one right there, 3, 2, 1, 0. And I need to separate that too so you can actually see the F major 7. This is how I make tabs. I know this might be kind of boring for you. All right, there we go. Now let's look at the whole thing. All right, I think I've got all my F major 7s in place. Let's go back to the beginning and we're going to look at the next chord, this chord right here. I'll make it bigger so you can see it. Right there, that chord. This is a 3, 3, 2, 0, 0, 0. That's a C with a G bass. C major 7 with a G bass. Let's click on it and type it in, C major 7 with a G bass. And see what we get. Well, that's pretty good. That's a C major 7, but there's no G bass. What I need to do is select this and edit this so I actually get a G right there. And then select. That's the chord I want. And I just realized if I'm going to do a bunch of these, well, actually I think it'll work just like that. All right, let's do another one. Only the problem is, right, I need to type it in every time. So I'm going to copy it so I can paste it. Oops, that didn't work. All right, let's go to, I'm going to write it in here. C major 7/G. I just wrote it into something called notes or something like that and then copied it. So I have it. And there's another one right there. Push enter. There we go. And I have to do this with every one. Okay, there we go. C major 7/G. The easiest thing to do is to just go through and, you know, put them all in. Let's save that. Okay, now this part right here. Right there, sat on the park bench like bookends. And let's move out a little bit. You'll notice that I've separated some of the some of the staves. We're going to call these staves, these tab staves, so that we can get the chords in there and we can see where the lyrics go. And this part, let's see here. Right? Now, I'm going to look at this a little closer. When I do this, when I look at these, and I think of them as chords. So right there on that park, if I played chords, only this one, see right, that park bench like bookends? Park, park, bench like bookends. Let's do that part right there. So I think of this as being a G chord. Let's see what it looks like. That's the regular G chord. And let's separate this a little bit farther. Move it down so it doesn't collide with the lyrics when we get over there. That would be a G chord. Let's see here. Oops, I need to go back to my chords. So I would think that one as a G chord, and this one too. Now you'll notice that these are all the same. Let's edit this a little bit. Let's select it, and so I'm going to create a new chord box, and let's do this to it right here, and let's do some open strings right there. Now, oops, okay, that's good. The problem is I thought these would all change, but they didn't change. So I'm going to have to select this. Let's move this up. Bump, 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 bump. Select it. Say OK. This one did not change. They will change automatically now. I don't have to select them like this anymore. It'll come up first because I put that on the... So what I did here, you'll notice that... Let's... take the tab off the screen just for a second and talk about this. You'll notice that the chord was like that. It had that first finger on the 2nd fret A string. But in my tablature and in my chords, a lot of times, you see that right there? What I like to do, that chord box right there, I like to lift this finger up. You know, I don't always lift it up really high, but I'm just doing that so you can see. And I relax this finger, the 2nd finger on my guitar, and we let it touch the A string so it mutes. But right there you'll notice that the tab is 3 and open. But this is what I think of. I think of this as being a G chord. So you can go like this, right? Only you could play the whole chord, right? Okay, let's do the next chord here. This one would be an A minor chord, like that. And the next one would be a C with a, G with a B bass. Now, look at that. That is not what we want with G with a B bass. G with a B bass, we actually want... Why did it give me the G chord? I'm looking at this. Let's take this chord and let's... Oops, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Here, let's put this on. And let's do this to it. There's my G with a B bass. You'll notice that I would play G with a B bass like this. It's a really good way to play it. This is the only B in that chord, that one right there. We got B, D, G, D, G. But if you're playing the tab and you're just playing the fifth string, second string, you can see that shape. So I think of that. So G, A minor, G with a B bass. Next chord would be a C chord, just a regular C. Here, let's, oh, you can't see what I'm doing again. I keep forgetting to go back and forth. Look at that. That C chord, there's nothing on it. This must be a, here, let's create a C chord. That's good, except I need to put an X on the E string, the low E string, because you don't want to play the E string. Oh, well, okay, look at that. What happened there? Interesting. Let's get rid of that and do it again. All right, let's see if this will work this time. Select C chord, let's move it up. Let's edit this. We've got an X, yes, we've got, oh yeah, we've got everything we need right there. Boom. Select, select. There we go. All right, yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's get those things off so you can see it a little bit better. On this C chord, you can see on the C that the notes that we're playing, the 3 and the open, are open, and then, so you can actually finger the C chord like that. And let's fill in the other 2 chords too, because we're going to finish that really quick. G with a B bass. Didn't come up correctly, but we'll fix it in just a second. A minor. Obviously, this is not what we want. It's called colliding. Okay, I know what to do here. Since these chords are so close together, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. We're going to unlock systems, and then we are going to fit measures just like that, so that they're all spread out so you can see the chords better. G with a B bass. Let's see, let's go back to chords. This is how I do it, guys. This is how I make my tabs. Let's see, we've been in this for like 20 minutes. Select, where's my G with a B bass? Ding, 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 ding. There it is. Let's move that up. Just like that, and select, and okay. There's my G with a B bass, there's my A minor. And, okay, so when I'm playing this, let's see, let's move that over just a little bit so you can see it better. So I'm going to actually make the chord like I would if I was just playing it like that, but I'm going to finger pick it. Right? That's how I think of the chords, but when you're actually playing it though, you don't have to put your finger down on the E string when you're playing the G chord. You can just do that. Here, let's go back to full screen so you can see what I'm doing. Now on that A minor, you do have to do this. You have to put the chord down because we're going to be playing those 2 notes. Right? Let's go back to looking at the tab. Now, you don't have to, on that C chord, you don't have to finger the C chord like this. You don't have to put the C chord down. But what happens is if you accidentally hit one of the other strings and they're not pushed down, right, it's not going to sound good. If if you hit it accidentally another string, it's going to sound good if you actually, am I saying that too much? Put the notes down in the C chord. Because, let's see. And that's what it looks like. Park bench like bookends. Right? That's what it sounds like. Okay, let's move out and see what this looks like. Click on that. That looks too close to me. So I'm going to take this and separate it just a little bit farther, because I don't want the lyrics and the chords to be all, you know, jumbled up so you can't see it. Then I zoom out like this and look at it and say to myself, does that look good? Sometimes I really don't know if it looks good until I print it on a piece of paper and look at it again. I'm spreading these out just a little bit. I can't go too low on that one, otherwise it's going to push it, and that copyright down there is in the wrong place. It says copyright Halstead 2025. This is my arrangement, so to speak. I'm going to call it my arrangement because I might have made a mistake on this. I might not have actually tabbed Paul Simon's notes exactly the way he did it. So I'm going to call it my arrangement, but I'm trying to get really close. Wait. Okay, I'm looking at, let's go back and look at that line 2. Got to make it bigger. I don't know if that's too big or not. Let's see if we can fit it in one space. Nope. Got to zoom out just a little bit. So right here at the beginning of the line, you've got that. Now you can just hold that. If you hold it, not sure that I like that. Let's see. Right there. That sounds good. So you can actually hold the 3/3 down right there. See what I'm talking about? Right there on measure 5. 3/3, hold it down. And then it slurs or smears a little bit. And then when you go to the 2/1 on sat on there, right there. Oops. Right there, I'm going to go sat on there. That 1 and 2 cancels out the 0, 0. But you could make it a little cleaner. Right, like that. Now these, I hesitate to actually put chords on those because I don't think of them as chords. I just think of them as, aren't these sixths? That's an A and an F. Yeah, so we've got F and D. Where's my keyboard? Yeah, okay. What are these notes? I don't know what the notes are with the capo on. A and a F sharp. Okay. I'm not sure what I would call that. Nope, nope. Not sure yet. Okay, let's go back to looking at me here like this. See that? That's how I would do that. Let's go back to the tab and look at it. I'll play it one more time. Hopefully you can see me in that little square at the top. Oops, wrong chord. That's how I think of it. Let's go back, and I need to look at comments. What kind of comments do we have here? Because people might have questions. Let's see. I just use bentonite on the pond. Yes. When I go to the store and get bentonite. That's what they call it. They call it like a pond mix or something like that. Yes. Imbrats said that. Lisa's here. Does Walmart sell bentonite from Bentonville? Dean says. I go to something called D&B. That's here in Idaho. It's like a farm store. If you go to, you know, like where they have stuff for cattle and sheep and things like that, and a lot of, you know, they have tools there, they've got clothes, at least some kind of a farm store or something like that where they have lots of things for farmers. And you might call it a pond mix or something like that. But look it up, Dean. I don't know where you would get it there in Hurricane, Utah. He says I had to order it from the feed store. Used for pond leaks. Yes. Not boring, just mystifying. Glad you're making them. I wouldn't have the patience. Oh, yes. Talking about the tabs, I'm sure. Alternative might be Guitar Pro and or Tux Guitar. Well, you know, one of the reasons I use this program, and actually I'm going to migrate to another program in the not too distant future, because now Finale isn't doing it, because I can do anything on Finale. What I mean by that is, you know, I'm not just a guitar player. I have, let's see, let's open up. Let's see, Finale. I've got hymns. For instance, here's a hymn that I did. This is an arrangement that I did of a song called Behold the Wounds in Jesus' Hands, to make it simpler from a 4-part hymn so I could actually play it better. Let's go to, let's see, And I Love Her. Lead. What else do I have in here? These are all these things. Don Felder's First Lead, Dust in the Wind, pentatonic scale, every breath you take, force theme, E minor. I can actually do, on this particular program, I can do orchestrations if I want to. And that's one of the reasons I have it, because I have done orchestrations before. I do piano arrangements. I do choir arrangements, that kind of thing. I do tabs for ukulele, for, you know, anything that I want to do, guitar. So it's very, very, very good for that. So when he says Guitar Pro and or Tux Guitar, I believe they can't do that. That's why I don't have it. I need something more powerful. Alternative would be subscribe to Quail and wait for Hal to do it. Can't see the tab, Bob says. Yeah. Mash that like button. Oh yeah, thank you very much, Dean. Anybody have it? You like it? What software is it? SLU. Well, like I said, I'm using Finale. Let me close it here. No, let's not close it. Let's go Window, Help, About Finale. There it is right there. Oh, wait, let me put it on the screen. I can't make it any bigger. The problem is Finale has shut down. I mean, it says 1987. I first got Finale in 1991. Been using it ever since. They used it for years, over 30 years, in universities and that kind of thing in their music programs. That's what I did, you know. So because I was a music major in college and got that. Also working on some shows and things like that. A friend of mine gave me a pirated copy, and then I bought another copy when I could. And that's what you do sometimes. All right, let me go back to, you know what? We're going to shut this down pretty soon. Let's see if I have any questions that I need to. Thank you. Dorico. Thank you, Albert, for putting that down. Yes, it is replaced by Dorico. I have not gotten Dorico yet. I just haven't done it. You know, I hope it's just as easy to work with. If it sounds good, it is good. Let's see. Chimp number 1 says, "Hey there, everyone. It's the very late Chimp number 1. Glad to see you. Thanks for being here. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up." So we've been working on Andrew. For bass, standard notation with bass clef is good. No need for tabs for the bass guitar. I'm not much familiar with. I agree, Andrew. Standard notation is great for bass. And I've read standard notation, like when I filled in for bass players on shows, like I think I did The Music Man back in the early 2000s. I got a call from somebody and said, "Hey, you know, I'm playing bass at Music Man at this one theater. Can you sub for me?" I said, "Sure." Very good. Okay, so I'm going to go and we're going to hang out. Now, I was talking to some supporters not too long ago, and I suggested, why don't we just hang out together, you know? And they're like, "Oh, well, I don't want to put my face out on, you know, social media, etc., etc." When we hang out, sometimes Albert comes, and let's see, Dean is a regular, and Dwayne comes, and Bob comes over very much, comes over and visits with us. I've had Lisa there before. Yes, and we've done lessons together with different people. But when we do a hangout, we do not put it on Facebook. We do not put it anywhere. It's not live anywhere. It's totally private. It's just whoever is there. And sometimes I'll meet with some of my supporters. I'll say, "Hey, do you want to get together and, you know, talk about any questions that you might have?" We do that. Now, if you want to look about how do you do that, look in the description of this video. You'll see some links there. If you're a patron at Patreon, if you're a subscriber at Subscribestar, if you're on my email list, if you support me through PayPal, I let people know, those people, when we're going to do a hangout. And we do a hangout after a live stream. We've done quite a long live stream here. Gosh, we've been going, how long have we been going now? I don't know. Since almost 12 o'clock. So we're about 35 minutes into it. So I'm going to go out. We're going to go hang out for a little while, usually about 30 minutes with friends, and talk about music. If you have questions about music, we stop talking about the weather. And we answer questions about music and guitar and different things like that. I'm also a piano player, as you can tell. I've been playing piano since, the organ since I was 6 years old, and the piano since I was 18, and majored in piano performance, and been playing professionally guitar for years and years, since I was about 14 years old. Okay, thanks for being here. Love you guys. I'm going to go, all right? We'll talk to you later, and I'm going to get that tab out to my supporters as soon as I finish it, as soon as I finish putting some chord boxes on the screen and different things like that, making sure everything is right and everything looks good. I will send that out. I will also put it in my book. I have a book. Did you know that? Look in the description for how to get that. Thank you for the support. This is the way I support myself. We do not usually do ads and things like that. I haven't done that. I do have, look in the description, I do have a music stand that you can get. There's a link down there that if you use it, you can get a music stand. Excellent music stands. I also have links to what they are. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Take care.